Hi there guys, Jackababy here, and today we're going to be doing something different, something that we haven't done on the channel. This is something I came across on Reddit whilst perusing the web. Girls, what is the most obvious hint you dropped and the guy just didn't get it? Now, I don't know, maybe there are other fellas out there like me, but I have been in the situation where I have been the man and I have completely not realised the hint. At all. Like, it's flown over my head. In fact, it's not flown over my head. What it's done is smacked into my face repeatedly, then taken a big giant dump on me, and then flown off. Still didn't notice it. That's how oblivious I was. So let's get into this. And yes, by the way, I do realise I look like a member of a well-known organisation that we won't mention because it will certainly get me targeted, but we'll bypass that. So let's start. We were playing Life, and he was the police officer. The rule is if you spin a 10, he gets your speeding fines. I literally pulled open my button down and exposed my breast and said, "What can I do to get out of paying this?" He said, "Ma'am, I'm an officer of the law. Are you trying to prostitute yourself to me?" A couple of days of flirting and sexual innuendo later, I literally had to spell out that I was trying to fuck him. Oh, we've been together 6 years now. Okay, I can sympathise with this fella. Problem is out there, I don't know if this has been explained. The way the world is now, guys have to be so careful. Like, we have no idea if a girl is joking, being serious, but we don't want to come across as a creep or pervy or anything like that. Like, that is dangerous. So either we are either genuinely oblivious, or we are just choosing not to acknowledge it because we're frightened. Most likely it's the latter. In my case, it's a bit of both. But for you out there, I have no idea, but this generally is the case, I think. I think a lot of fellas just don't want to get into trouble, so they'd rather avoid it altogether than cause some hullabaloo.
I promise to remember your name. Elliot.
Okay, have a good one.
Yeah, that dude was serious about his roleplay. Oh my god, I just have an image of, like, GTA, of an officer, NPC coming up and then talking to one of the strippers. I don't know why. And yet somehow I've never been able to convince him to play Dungeons and Dragons with me. Oh my god, I don't want to think about where that would lead. I'm the guy in this situation, but I couldn't help not sharing this story. I'm in college. This girl I was really into asked if I wanted to hang out at my dorm and drink and watch Netflix. She came over and we were watching and drinking on the couch in the living room. Per my suggestion, things are going good, and about an hour in, she says, "Ooh, let me see your room." So we go to my room. She takes her shoes and socks off and immediately sprawls herself out on my bed and says, "Oh my god, your bed is so comfortable." I responded with, "We live in the same building. It's the same bed as yours." She left about 10 minutes later. Oh my fucking god, dude. Lol, honestly, I think I reacted in the same... Okay, something similar has happened to me. This was probably like my last year in college. I didn't have a dorm there, but last year of college, I decided to become a bit of a teenager, and because it was coming to like the end of the college year, around where I was attending, like the city or town. Is it a town or city? I'm not quite sure. It's a town, I think. There were some college parties at like places, and I gate crashed one. And I was invited upstairs with this girl to their bedroom. But the thing is, I'm such a fraidy cat when it comes to talking to girls. I have to be blackout drunk, and even then, even though I'm drunk, I tend to just avoid conversation totally. I'm just like, if a girl comes up to me, I'm just like, oh, you need help with something, okay, I'll help you with this, and then I run away. But yeah, that situation happened to me. Someone sprawled themselves out in the bed and just patted down on it, like, you know, like that, and was like, suggesting I come lie on the bed with them, and I just went, "Oh, it's fine, I'm tired, I better be getting back to my home," and I just pegged it out the door. Because I was just flat out terrified. I'm like, what, 19 at this point? 18, 19, something like that? I am still that way to this day, despite being 22, I am still like that to this day. So I can sympathise with this bloke. He told me my hair looked nice. I said, "I bet it would look nice with your hands in it." He said, in a very confused tone, "You want me to style your hair?" Oh, I feel so rotten because every one of these guys feels like me in a scenario. Even though my brain is telling me this is flirting, something is overtaking that and going, nah, mate. She's just joking around. She's serious about wanting to do something with her hair. I sympathise one bit with this. Oh man. This just makes me realise how bad I am with girls. It's just... Oh, one thing that did happen to me, another one. I was with a person, like, in a club. I was on my own. She was chatting to me, and then I just totally bypassed that she was chatting me up. And as a joke, she was saying, do you talk a lot to girls? I'm like, nah. And she goes, have you been out with many girls? I'm like, nah. And I go, trust me, if a girl's flirting with me, if she pinched me, I wouldn't even realise. And she pinched me! And I freaked out, and I was like, what the hell was that for? And I was like, for God's sake. And I picked up my drink and walked off. That's how dumb I was. And I still am. Oh my goodness. We were talking about canoes, and I said, I'm like a canoe because I'm wet and you can go inside me. And he said, canoes aren't really wet. Some people think he was rejecting me, but we ended up dating for 2 years. The thing is, if he did acknowledge the sign, how should he have responded? Cowabunga. Oh my god, the responses are actually better than the actual comments on some of these. To be honest, if someone did that to me and like, I'm like a canoe because I'm wet, you can go inside me, I would be this bloke. I'd be my brain, instead of going to, oh, that's a euphemism for something, that's flirtatious, it would go to, well, canoes are meant to be dry on the inside. I mean, essentially you can get them wet from getting the paddle over it, maybe? But otherwise, yeah. Oh no, I feel so bad. Oh, this is just like looking at my own life. Any fellas out there, if you watch this video, just put in the description, or any girls out there who watch this video, God knows why a girl will be watching this video, my face should be enough to repulse even the most ogreish of people. But yeah, if something like this happened to you, put it in the comments, because I'd really like to see this, because I've always felt, I've told friends about what's happened with me, and they all look at me like I'm some sort of alien. Like, it's like it's just like the amount of times it's happened to me, they can't believe I still am like that, but I am. And I just want to know if I'm the only one or there are others. When my boyfriend and I just started dating, we were laying down watching a movie, but this was a small bed and he was being respectful and giving me space. I kept wiggling backwards so I could get closer to him, and he kept inching backwards too, since he thought I was just trying to get comfortable and he was in the way. He ended up sitting in a chair next to the bed. 3 years later, we're still together, and I still think it's pretty funny. He told me that when he was in the chair, he purposely left his hand next to me in case I wanted to hold it, but I guess I missed that sign too. He didn't get out of the bed because he was uncomfortable. He truly thought he was taking too much space. Oh, bless the guy. I don't know why. There's just an image of this teenager going, oh, man, there's not enough room on here. And just getting up and be like, oh, excuse me, I'll sit in the chair. I can clearly see you on the bed. Yeah, that's fine. It just crashes down in the chair and it's like, okay, is that better? Good. Oh. A couple of weeks ago, to my boyfriend of 3 years, me undresses and lays naked on the couch waiting to bone. Him making dumb joke, ooh, you're naked, that's so weird. And me dies a little bit inside. Thanks to my first talk, guys. Glad some people thought this was funny. To be fair, he's probably like, it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship. The guy, most guys are genuinely nervous. Like we are. I know I'm not the only one in that sense. I've spoken to other guys who are my friends. I make it sound like I just meet these randos. No, I mean my friends who are dudes. And we all are generally shy when it comes to this because we don't want to perceive the situation as something else than it actually is. So it could genuinely be, and you're probably thinking, well, what sort of girl would do that? Trust me, if you want me to do a full story on the weird encounters I've had that have not been flirtatious at all, but to everyone else, including myself, came across as flirtatious, and more, but then it turned out they weren't, they were just being weird, put it in the comments if you want to see that. I have no idea if you do. After chatting for hours on top of a mountain from the sunset until like 2 AM sharing a blanket, me leaning my head on his shoulder, telling him he's attractive, etc., he turns to me and says, how do you tell if a girl's into you? Problem is, girls, you've got to realise, the way you flirt is... I know it's different for each one, but most girls flirt... The way they flirt is the same way they are in general. Unless they're being overtly obvious and over the top. Leaning on someone's shoulder is just like what a girl does with a friend. So he's going to just be like, yeah, you're a good friend. Because that's what we think girls do. Well, it's also what some girls do. So, you see the pickle we fellas are in. It's like, do we put our hand on... No, keep that away, keep that away. He suspected that you were hinting and gave you a way to confirm or deny. Good move on his part. Actually, I didn't think of that. He might have done that. That's pretty good. Reading his post has got me even more confused. I'm a guy in my 30s. Basically, 70% of the top replies has happened to me a lot. I'm not the only one. Except the super obvious ones where the girl is making physical moves, such as hugs and kisses. Okay, yeah, that I do. I would. Even I wouldn't be that blind. But the couple of times I've actually made the move, no, they just want to be my friend. My life. And this is why we ignore those hints. Yes! This is why we ignore those hints. We don't want to come across as a weirdo. I'm a guy, but once I had an experience where I took the hint but still got rejected. Okay, this could be interesting. A girl had asked me if I lost my virginity yet. We were in high school. I'm guessing this is American high school, because the age difference here is different over here than it is obviously over there. When I said I hadn't, she said that I could practice on her whenever I want. Mind you, we were walking home after school because we lived close. I tried to act on this hint, and when we get close to the house, she said she was only joking and doesn't want to be weird with us as friends. See? Is it possible to get second-hand depressed? Because I think I just did. Oh, every guy's worst fear right here. I was only joking. Girls, don't do that. Just don't do that to a fella. I mean, if he's gay, then yeah, you can. And you know he is. The joke probably won't work as well, but don't do that. It's just gonna end up making the guy depressed and making the situation awkward. Oh, this is just my life summed up on a Reddit page. This is depressing. I'm just watching me. I'm just watching me as alternate people not realising what a bloody hint is. The guy here was invited back to study by one of the girls in my class at her apartment. We're about half an hour in and she says she might take a shower. I'm like, okay, kind of random, but okay. Fair enough, I would be too. Anyway, she starts telling me the door to the shower is broken, so don't come in. Says it's 3 or 4 more times. Says it 3 or 4 more times. Again, I'm like, okay, weird shit. Weird. She said that multiple times, so okay. Hour later, the shower is still running. I can hear her singing and humming away, so I know she's okay and hasn't drowned. Thinking, gee, that's a long shower though. Water goes off and she comes out dressed and says, you didn't come in. And I'm confused. I'm like, WTF? She told me not to. She sits back down, clearly distracted and not wanting to study. We wrap up after 5 minutes, drive home. Mate asked me how the study was about a week later in the situation, which I hadn't given a single brain cell thought to since. I explained to him as I'm saying it out loud that the penny drops as to what a big f***ing I am. Oh no. Oh good god. Don't tell us not to do something and expecting us to go against it. In today's society, if a girl tells us not to do something, the best thing is, don't do it. If she says, don't put your hand on my shoulder, you don't do it. Especially when it's like this. Oh, she's an idiot, not you. She literally told you not to come in. It's entirely reasonable not to come in. Can you believe the creep of a pervert came in after I told him 4 times not to? Exactly. I asked a guy on a festival to come take a shower with me. He didn't get it. He just repeated there was only one free shower and was like, well, they are big, I'm sure it's fine. And he just looked confused and told me I could go first. We became close friends since that happened about 2 years ago, and this summer I spoke to him about it, and he really had no idea. He did the biggest facepalm I've ever seen. Oh. Yep. I wasn't at a festival with this one, but I was at like a I was with a friend who took me to a party, and I was invited. I was in the bathroom to hide. Because I'm an introvert, I'm not good with parties. I just want to hide. I like the free booze and the grub, but the conversing is not what I'm good at. If I go to open my mouth, it sort of just stays there like a train tunnel, and I could imagine in a cartoon a fly would fly out of it, because it's just like, and I run away. But yeah, this I can see. Honestly, I feel this one. I was at my sister's a few weeks ago and her boyfriend was taking a shower. I was about to get into the other shower and my sister says, "I'll be in the shower if you need me." Me, isn't boyfriend in the shower right now? Yeah, her, yes. Me, so you're showering in a few minutes, not now. Her, no. Me, but boyfriend is already in there. Her, yes. Me, her. Oh. Fuck yeah, for a second I thought your sister was trying to get you into the shower! That's what I thought! Oh, I've got to upload that in that freaking comment. Oh, that was... I genuinely thought that. Oh, good God. See, this is a rough one because I had this girl. Oh, this is just depressing. Talk to me all the time and she'd sit next to me in class. I had a huge crush on her and she'd be overly touching me all the time. She'd occasionally even rest her head on my shoulder / sleep on it during class when she was tired. Just stare into my eyes for long periods of time and hug me. When I told her I had a crush on her, she shut me down completely and told me she only saw me as a friend.
Got him! Got him!
Ladies, you wonder why we don't take hints. There is so much evidence as to why we don't. Look, just grab the dude. Just if you think the guy might be interested, just grab him and stick your tongue down his throat. We're most likely not going to get it any other way. And even then we're going to be like, oh, are you practicing for a role in a movie? Why did you do that? I don't know. We're dumb. We're just dumb. Anyway, guys, this has been me reading hints on Reddit. If you enjoyed that, please be sure to let me know, because I'd actually like to carry on doing this. I quite enjoyed this. I've recently gotten into reading a lot of Reddit stuff, and there goes Joe. It's quite fun, and there's a lot of other things I want to do. So if you like this, please let me know, and be sure to give that like button a tickle, and punch that dislike button in the face if you really don't like me. To be honest, I could imagine that's going to happen quite a fair bit. I mean, look at my face. And yeah, I'll be sure to see you guys in the next video. Bye.